Hey guys, time for another acoustic dreadnought shootout because that's what I have. So there are going to be some apples and some oranges and some pears here. So what I mean by that, this is a Martin D18 Mahogany Sitka top. It's cutaway. It's my main gigging guitar. Here is a Collings D1 traditional. It's mahogany and Sitka. It's not cutaway, so it's more similar to that Martin. Over here on my extreme right, out of the viewfinder, is cutaway Martin HD-28. This is Rosewood, East Indian Rosewood back and sides, and Sitka Spruce top. And lastly, the wild card of the group, which is the most different. This is, I don't know if you see some of the flame in that maple. This is a Gibson dove. There's the dove. And these are doves, although they look like partridges to me. So that's the Gibson. All right, so I'm going to start with the two mahogany guitars, since they're the most analogous to one another. Disregard the cutaway or form whatever conclusions you will. I'm going to pull the recorder just a little bit closer, just to capture a little less of the room and a little bit more of the guitar. All right, here is the Martin D18. That's the D18. Here's the Collings. Come back to the Martin again real quick so you can hear those back to back. So since we're on the Martin, let's go over to the HD-28. I think that went out of tune just a little bit, but we'll leave it there. And I'm going to go back to the Martin D18. Hear that Martin voice next to each other, mahogany on the 18 and rosewood on the HD-28. Here's the 18. Alright, so those are the Martins and the Collings. Let's bring the Gibson Dove. This is maple back and sides, double bound. There's the dove. Here are doves where they actually look like partridges. They look like the partridge family to me. Gibson Dove. This is the original antique finish to 2023, brand new strings. All right, I'm going to play some different things on the guitars. Let me just come back to, we'll just go round robin. Here's the HD-28. Hey, I'm going to check my tuning. All right, that'll help. Here's the HD-28. Sounds so much better in tune, doesn't it? I'm going to come back to the Gibson Dove. Really good ring and sustain on the maple Dove. This is a really nice Gibson Dove. Again, the point of this is not to declare a winner or loser, but there will be favorites, and I welcome your thoughts and comments. Here's the D18. So for those of you who know me, I should share, this has been my main gigging guitar since 2018. I am a D18 fan, I'm a Mahogany fan, so that's no secret. These are all excellent instruments, so again, not a winner or a loser, but there are certainly preferences. I favor the D18 sound. It's so familiar, I know how to touch it. The frets are very low on this guitar, and I'm having it refretted this week. So I'm playing a little bit with a lighter touch. Normally I can dig in just a little bit more. Here's the Collings. Okay, a friend of mine asked me to comment as I go along because I'm hearing some different things. I hear a little bit more of a percussive and pronounced mid-range on the Collings, which is wonderful for cut in a mix. I use this guitar in a duo with another acoustic guitarist, and well, actually both the D18 and this guitar, they just cut it, they blend so well. When I go to that low E string on this, this guitar is just 6 weeks old, so it's still breaking in. Hearing a little bit of a buzzing on a couple of the strings, so I'll maybe need to tweak the truss rod. But very musical. I'm going to come back to the 18. I know I'm kind of going all over the map here. I think I'm hearing that open, a guitar that's been played a lot for 5 years. It's Sitka top, so it's not an Adirondack top that needs to wait 10 years to open up. But Mahogany guitars, all guitars, I think they do open up the more you play them. And this guitar is just, it's like that worn-in pair of your favorite jeans. You know what I mean? You just put them on, you're like, oh yeah, those are my favorite jeans. That's this guitar for me. That's the 18. Let's come back over to the HD-28. Again, that low E, the very nice and pronounced. Rosewood's known for that. Just if the frequency range on a D18 is kind of from here to here, Rosewood usually is a little bit more lows and a little bit, the highs might be a little brighter, or it sounds like that because maybe the mid-range is scooped a little bit. Whatever the case is, that sounds nice, but then go to the low E. On that low E, I'm going to stay on the Martin. Here's the 18. What I hear in the differences of these guitars is every note has its more distinct individual space. It's a little bit more refined. Each note and each string kind of stands in its own, and yet on the 18, it all homogenizes together for one blended, balanced sound, but with maybe a little bit more string-to-string separation. I don't know if you're hearing that, but that's what I've often thought on Mahogany versus Rosewood. Let's come over to the Collings Mahogany guitar. Listen to that low E is, I feel it. It may not be translating in the recording. Pull back my right hand a little more to the bridge, dig in a little harder, and I get a really nice sound out of this Collings. And as a lot of you know, if you move your right hand position more towards the neck, it'll get a little warmer, a little brighter. Bluegrass pickers, they'll pick a little bit closer to the bridge to get that definition, etc. Those are just random thoughts. Let's come over to the Gibson Dove. Very different strumming voice. I'm staying a little bit back towards the bridge. All right, I'm going to go round robin just playing that back to back. Collings. Alright, and let's go to the HD-28s. Classic Martin voice. I'm going to come back to the Martin 18. Just go Martin to Martin, Rosewood to Mahogany. Here's the 18. All right. I'm going to play the Collings back to back with that. Mahogany to Mahogany. Here's the Collings. Boy, I can't wait till the Collings opens up because it's good now. All right, and let's bring the Gibson Dove into the fold. All right, so that's the 4 dreads back to back, just playing that particular style. A friend of mine asked me, and I know I'm going to make this video long, he asked me to play with some capo. So I'm going to throw a capo, let's just go up on the 5th fret. And the tuning goes off just a little bit. That's nice, very nice. Again, the tuning was just a little bit off. Let's go to the Martin. And again, I don't know that I can replicate that. I'm sort of making that up as I go. So play something similar. Alright, so that's a Martin D18. Now keep in mind again, my frets are super low and I'm actually having the guitar refretted this week. And it sounded pretty good today, but the frets are super low. Here's the Collings. By the way, I'm using a Dunlop Prime Tone. I don't know if you can see that. It's a 0.96 millimeter pick. If I use lighter picks, things get brighter. Thicker picks, they get a little warmer. This has been a good balance for my attack and how I play. Here's the Collings with the capo on the 5th fret. Hang on, let me get that positioned right so it's not too buzzy. Actually, I'm not liking the sound of that on the 5th fret. I might need to look at the truss rod. So without belaboring that, come over to the Martin HD-28. And again, it could be the placement of the capo. I'm just doing this very quickly. That's buzzy. Could be a placement. Yeah. Actually, a little buzzy. Actually, I think the Gibson Dove might actually be sounding the best with the capo. Again, I'm on the 5th fret. I'm trying to put the capo right about in the middle of the fret. It's the loudest with the capo. That's interesting. Well, to me. Go up to the 7th fret. With the capo. Let's do something a little lower. That's nice. Let me come over So my trusty 18. Yeah, here in the frets, just the action is just a little low. That's the 18. Come back over to the Gibson Dove. This thing is shining with the capo. It's brighter. Everything's just a little bit more distinct. I'm not sure what conclusions, what the recording is relaying, what you're hearing. So I'm going to welcome all of your thoughts and comments. I know this has been a very ambitious video. I've gone back and forth, a little bit out of order, but I tried to encapsulate what the guitars excel at. And I welcome your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please click on the bell to subscribe if you'd like to be notified when there's more content. That always helps the channel, whatever that means. But I do welcome new subscribers, all your content, all your comments. Please let me know what you guys think. And until next time, have a good day.